executor. Okay. So today I am going to discuss about the Spring Boot application, the starting Spring Boot application, how we can avoid manual configuration, the demo of the Spring Boot application, and tomorrow we will see the database related and Swagger related information. But today we are going to see how the Spring Boot application step by step. So whenever we are clicking file new, right? So it will come like this. So we need to give the name of the project. So this is nothing but artifact of the project. So the same we need to give. So whatever you are giving here, it will automatically take here. So fine. So this is the name of the project, says right, artifact of the project. So group, this group is nothing but a group of common group packages. So com.groupg.springboot application. So I'm giving like this. So group, right, group G, fine. Version, by default it will take 001 as a snapshot, right? So description, you can give the description of this project. So this is the demo project for Spring Boot, that is fine enough. So package, so whatever you are giving the group, right, the same you can give the common package here. So that is the reason only I'm saying group is nothing but a common group package for all uh, layers, control layer, service layer. We have different layers, right? I will show you how to create a basic Spring Boot application in a standard way, a folder structure and all, right? So I'm clicking next. And now this is what I am saying. So whenever you are creating a starter project, so whenever you are going in a Spring initializer, right? So we can check the status there. So starters are nothing but a simply a dependencies of a Spring Boot application. What is the dependencies previously? How we can how we can implement our Spring MVC application. Simply we are implementing the Spring MVC application by adding web.xml file manually, manual configuration, servlet.xml manual configuration, and dependencies manually. We went to the Maven repository. From there we taken Spring Maven dependency, right, the previous class. So now there is no need to go to an existing repositories to the Maven repository. So that will take care by the Spring Boot module internally by taking these starters. So one starter is equal to one dependency. So now what are the starters I need to select here? So automatically Spring latest version it will be selected, and see what are the starters I need to select. So what by default Spring Boot is a RESTful application, and by default it is a microservice enabled application, and by default it is a production ready application, right? So obviously we will select a web starter. So web starter, so you can click web, simply web. So you can see here Spring Web. So reactive web is the difference and web service is the difference. So reactive web is the reactive programming of web services, and Spring Web Services are nothing but the SOAP services. So it is a Spring Web, it is a simple RESTful service. If you mouse over on this, it is showing build web including RESTful applications, right? So if you see here, it is a webflex netty. So this is related native programming related one. So if you see here, mouse over this one, so it is not showing, right? So it should show. So it is related to web services. So how we are, okay, fine. Okay, so we are selecting Spring Web. So now I'm finishing. So whenever I'm finishing, right, so automatically it will load that project with the default folder structure. Here you can see Spring 2021 Group G Spring Boot App 1. Okay, application 1. So if you see here, so it is loading. Right? So if you see here, it is loading. So let me, once it is loaded, I will create the folder structures, and we will see 2 APIs today. So tomorrow, along with 2 APIs, I will add Swagger Open API specifications. Previously, from the previous batches, I used Swagger 2 only. So now we are going to Open API specifications. Those are the very latest, and all organizations are using Swagger Open API specifications. What is that Open API specifications? We will see tomorrow. But today we will see only the basic Spring Boot application. Okay, so let me see let's give some time to run this application, load this application. Yeah, it is loading, right? So src main Java, src main resources. So resources are nothing but where we are having all property files. So application.property files. So here we can give the application.properties file. So where you can check the where you can add a port number and port number of this application. So I already told you. So if you see pom.xml, so pom.xml, it is by default it is coming. By default it is coming Spring Boot starter web, right? Spring Boot starter web. So we no need to add a dependency of Spring MVC. So by default it is coming along with the starter. Along with the starter, it is coming included or embedded Tomcat server. So the Tomcat server was already implemented in this dependency. So we no need to configure external Tomcat server here. So dependency it is coming here. If you see here, see. So let me okay, that is fine. Now here see. So this is the common package, right? So application.class. So in the application.class, it is adding Spring Boot application. That is fine. So now I'm creating a extra controller package packages, the layers of our application. Spring Boot dot uh, Spring Boot dot group F. It is not a group F. We need to give the group G. So let me check here. So by default, the package we did not change it, right? See here, this is what we changed. Group ID we changed, but the package we did not change. We need to change the package also. So where is the package? So, yeah, here F2 and click and group G. That's fine. It will automatically change. Continue. That's fine. So now you can add one more package called controller. One more package called controller. Where is the package? Here the package. So dot controller. So you can add one more package called service. As of now, only three packages. We will see later whenever we are adding a uh, map DB, right? So static DB or map DB, we will see model. As of now, we can call it as a model. When we are coming to Spring data, we can add entities instead of model. So let me add model now. So I'm adding a model. Model is nothing but a class employee. Just I'm giving employee, right? Employee. So you can add private long ID, private string name, just only three fields. Private string address. Fine. So we are giving three fields, and just I'm generating these three fields for uh, setters and getters to hold the whenever we are traversing the data to hold the data. So right. So and also I'm generating toString. Whenever we are debugging application, we are able to see the values instead of object. And whenever you are printing console this model, right? Log this model source generate toString. Fine. So if you see here, yeah, control alt F, control alt A F, select F. That's fine. So we are having model. Now you can create a service. I'm coming from backside. Why? Because in a controller we depending on service. In a service we depending on model, right? So that is the reason I'm coming from a backside. So back to front. So I'm creating a service now. Service. So service is nothing but a interface. So em empl by service. So employee service. So this is an interface. So whenever we are having an interface, so we can have public void save employee. So this is the method. By calling this method, we are saving employee. But whenever we are saving employee, we need to pass employee, right? Employee model. So we already have a employee model. So that is the reason I created a employee model first. So our service is depending on employee model, right? So let me finish. Let me save. So automatically we are having Control Shift O. It will automatically download the phase one. Correct. So give me 1 second. Okay, fine. So you are following, right? Hello.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I'm
Got it.
creating a one more class called class we need to implement for employee service. So let me employee service IMPL. So this is the implementation. So employee service implementation. So this is the class we are implementing interface. So we can add interfaces here. We can add interfaces here. So if it is an existing interface or framework related interface, we can add whatever the interfaces we have. If you have a clear on that. So employee service is an interface, right? So whenever I'm adding in interface, it will automatically override this method into our employee service MPL class in this class. So let me finish. See, automatically it is coming overridden. So right, employee service implements the employee service, right? Overridden. So here you can give the uh, employee, right? So I'm creating a new employee here. Just employee response. Okay. So just I'm adding a values here. I'm adding a values here. Set employee ID is 100. Employee ID is 100. Set why is taking. We need to go to this is a normal instead of giving uh, a class, right? I'm giving simply primitive type data type, primitive data type. So that might be the reason it is giving error. That's fine. Now it will not give any error. Okay. Set otherwise we need to convert. Okay. So name. So I'm giving name as it is a string, right? We need to give in general we need to take these values from database in general. So first of all, we are not concentrating on database. We are simply concentrating on our application, how we can add this application, right? How we can implement a Spring Boot demo application. India, Hyderabad. That's fine. So sorry, set. Fine. So now you can return. This is an okay. Whatever we are saving, right? So that's fine. No issue. We don't need to return anything. And I think we can return what this time I'm returning. I want to know what is I'm saving. Just I want to know. Okay. So here you can return. You can return employee response. Employee response. Okay. So jump simply I'm saving and I'm returning. Just I want to know what I am fine. So now our model is ready, employee service is ready. Now you can go to the controller. So I'm creating a one class called employee controller. Employee controller. Employee controller I'm finishing. So if you want to see in a service IMPL, you need to put the @ service so that we are making eligibility for this service. It is a Spring component where we are writing a business logic of our application, so that Spring container will register this employee service IMPL whenever we are calling any from any place, right? So it will load and register. It will make sure it will be available from calling place. So that is that will take care by the Spring container. So that is the reason we need to give one of the Spring related annotation with respect to class. If it is a model or if it is a database related model, we can give the @entity with respect to JPA annotations. Or if it is a Spring component, we need to give the @service. If it is a helper class, we need to give the component. So like that, we are having a different annotations. So one of the annotations we need to give a proper annotations here. So coming to controller. So if it is a controller, what annotation we need to give @REST controller, so that our controller will act as a REST controller of our application, RESTful service, right? I'm giving REST controller. The next one. So we need to give we need to give we need to write a method. So one of the uh, post method. So public sorry public. So I'm adding a response entity here as a response. So I will tell you entity of sorry object save employee. What is this response entity? Response entity is nothing but a Spring framework HTTP response entity. So whatever we are giving HTTP request, right? So in terms of response entity, it will give the response to the calling place by passing this object as a response in the response entity. We can see whenever we are creating an object for response for this object for this, we will see what parameters it is taking. So service, so employee service. So why it is return type, we are adding this return type, right? So it is expecting some return type. So as of now I can add null. So now you can make your changes with respect to RESTful service. So what save employee must be post method, right? So you can use post and you can use post mapping. So on the Spring 5 onwards we can use we can use post mapping. Post mapping is nothing but a post method plus request mapping. So request is equal to method is equal to post. It is nothing but, right? Post mapping is a composed annotation, act as a shortcut. Request mapping method request mapping inside method equals to post, right? We don't need to mention like this. So we can directly use post mapping. So if you see here, so now you can see here value. So what is the value? So let me first of all
It's missing the @sign.
post mapping. Fine. So we are getting post mapping, and so let me
Pierre,
yes,
you are missing the @sign.
correct. Thank you. Now it is perfect man. Thank you. So sometimes we did some mistakes. Okay, that is a silly mistakes. Okay, fine. So value, we need to give the value. So value is nothing but our method URI. So you can give emplo employee. That's fine. Employee. So this is the employee method. Fine. So this is okay. And coming to here. So we need to pass as a request body. What is the request body? So employee, we need to pass employee object we are passing as a request body. While saving, we need to pass. So here we need to use from what service we are calling here. So we need to pass this employee object to the employee service, right? So here employee service, we are having this employee it is expecting for save employee method it is expecting. So if you want to save this employee, you need to pass employee object, employee service. You need to call employee service in our controller, and you can pass here. So let me copy this employee service and coming to here, and just I'm auto wearing here. Just I'm auto wearing auto wide employee service. That's fine. So now you can call employee response equals to service dot save employee. You can call, and you can give this employee. You can give this employee automatically. It will pass and it will save. But whenever, yes. So now you need to return response. So here you can return new response entity of response entity of new response entity of. So here you can return what it is expecting. If you do control tab response entity, you can directly give the status. If it is a wide kind of service is not giving any response, you can directly send the status, right? If it is a if you want to send something, right? So body and HTTP status you can pass. So body is nothing but a return type of this API. So p body, right? Return type of this method. So what is the return type of this method? Object of employee response. Just that is what we are passing. And here HTTP status. So HTTP status, what you can say, it is 201 created, right? Created. So employee object is created. So like that we can pass either 201 or 200 success. So anything you can pass, right? So here we are saving, right? We can pass 201. So that is fine. So coming to here, control, almost our application is completed, but here we need to add components. Can why? If you are writing all the classes in a same application, uh, same package, group package, you don't need to write a component scan, but you are writing in a different packages, right? So common group package is common group package is same, but we are having controller is extended folder, and model is extended folder, and service is extended folder. So we need to scan common package. Automatically it will loaded extended folders. So for that I can add a component scan. So component scan of value. So value you can take this one. So by default it will scan the group package, right? So automatically it will load all the packages. Fine. So now see here we are not giving any uh, external configuration file, right? So Spring Boot at the rate Spring Boot application, see how many jobs it is doing at the rate mode. Spring Boot configuration, it will do the auto configuration, enable auto configuration, it will enable the auto configuration. So which means it is automatically configured internally. So component scan is also there. So whenever we are having in the same package, but if we are having different package, you need to scan, right? So target, and so they were different, documented and different. So but this is the main three is these components. One is the Spring Boot configuration and enable auto configuration and the component scan. By default it is coming with that much of job capabilities. Okay. So and application properties, we already have a embedded Tomcat server in this Spring Boot application. So the default port is the 8080. If you want to change the port number, so SER server.port, so you can change that port number. So port number is 2021 I'm giving, so you can give. So let me run this application. So I'm doing first Maven install. So by default, so whenever we are doing Maven install, right, it is expecting some application class. So let me clean this first of all. Spring Boot Maven clean. So yeah, build success. So let me delete this class. So we are not concentrating on the test classes now as of now. So whenever we are coming into JUnit part, we will discuss. So let me save this one. So So that is okay. So let me go to properties and build path. So this is fine, right? And coming to project facts. So here we need to set a Java environment. So Java 1.8 it is taking. So sometimes it is missing. So that is the reason only we are getting errors. So I'm installing. Install is nothing but clean install. It will do clean install. So build failure. So these type of errors you will get in a first time, right? So why it is build failure? No compiler is provided in this environment. Perhaps you are running in on a JRE rather than JDK. So you should give the class path or environment is a JDK, not JRE. JRE will be the simple runtime jar files it will allow, but JVM will not coming to JRE. So that is the reason the compiler is not coming. So compiler will come with the JDK Java toolkit. So right, this here it will come, right? From JDK it will come, right? So let me add JDK also. Installed JRE. So build path. You can select here JRE environment. You can edit here. So this is C. This is coming under JRE. So of course, even though it is selected, you can select the JDK. So how we are selecting JDK here? This is the installed JRE, installed JDK in your system. If you're not getting here, you can install. Go to here. You can select here. Even though you are not getting here, you can add this one from standard mission and go to directory of your Java C drive, sorry, C drive, C drive from the programming files, and Java JDK you can select. So whenever you are selecting, automatically it will take like that, and we can select from here. So apply, right? Apply and close, finish. So now you can run. Now you can run. So clean install. You can do the clean install. See, now it will build success. So first time, whenever you are doing first time, right, whatever the dependencies are there, it will automatically download first time. It will create a Maven uh, local library. So second time onwards, it will refer this one only instead of downloading again, right? So let me yeah, it is success. Let me run Spring Boot application. Run as Spring Boot application or run as Java application. So that is what Spring Boot is offering. You can run it a simple Java class, or you can run in a Spring Boot application. Both are fine. Both are same. So I'm running. See, started application port number is the 2021. So you can open. How can you test this application? So you need to have a postman in your local, so that you can test your application. Before adding Swagger, we need to take the postman, right? So I'm opening the postman. Just I'm sharing the screen. Sorry, I'm sharing my screen. Postman. So I'm sharing postman. Wait, you're able to see postman, right? I don't want to update now. You're able to see, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
So let me add this is the post method, right? I'm selecting the post method. You can select one of the or otherwise you can create a new request. Okay, new request. So request type save employee. You can give the save employee save employee, and so why it is not giving? Okay, you need to select one of the existing collection. That is the reason it is giving. Okay, that's fine. We don't want to select collection. Later we will create collection. So save employee. So HTTP you need to give, and localhost 2021 employee. So employee, right? So like that we need to give. So this is what our how can we know? So this is the HTTP localhost, right? So 2021 is the our port number. You can see, right? So port number, and URI. What is the URI? This is the slash employee is the URI. Slash employee is the URI. So slash employee is the URI. I already given. right? So that is fine. And body, so here you need to create a employee object of JSON format. You need to send JSON format. You need to send. So what is the JSON format of employee? If you see here, ID, right? So you need to prepare your JSON body. This is the fields, right? So ID, name, address. ID, name, address. You can give here. So sorry. So ID, right? So I'm giving, see, JSON format I'm giving. ID you can give 100, and name, sorry, name. We can validate this JSON also. If you're adding Swagger, it will be easy. If it will be easy, that we will check tomorrow. So name also string. I'm giving where. So this is the comma. We need to separate the comma, and here address. Here address. So here it is the address. So sorry. So I will tell you. So this address we will not get. I will tell you why we will not get. So you can open validate JSON in a Google, validate JSON. So formatter, you can open the formatter. You can check you are giving valid JSON or not. Process. It's valid. Formatted address. You can copy here. You can copy here and you can print here. So just I'm passing here. Just I'm sending. See. So unsupported media type. So here in params headers. So key context. You need to select the context. Content type. Content type. Content type. Application by JSON. Application by JSON. That's fine. Cancel. So now you can send. Are you getting 100 Veer India Hyderabad? But we are giving what we are giving here body. We are giving only India, right? Why we are getting this? See, if you see here, whatever we are passing, we are setting manually here. So static names are right. So just you need to take here. You need to take employee dot get ID, employee dot sorry, why it is coming. I'm stopping application. Okay. So let me add.
You need to fix your model plus.
Okay, employee dot get say okay. Saved here. Okay, fine. Get address. So now you can see. Now you can see we are adding dynamic nature of this, right? So let me run again. Let me run Spring Boot application. So I'm running Spring Boot application. It is started, and you can check here. You can check here. I'm giving address as a India something India, right? So I'm sending. So what are we are giving? Those names only we are getting, right? So this is what dynamic nature of our data. So now let me debug here. So the last one in a debug mode. Let me run in a debug mode. How the request is coming and right. So debug as Spring Boot application. So you can add debug here. You can add debug here. So here and service IMPL you can add debug. That's fine. Written. So now you can check. So we are adding debug, right? It is coming here. So switch. So automatically it will come here. Fine. So in an employee control we have. So whatever we are passing a request body, it is coming here, and we are auto wiring this employee service, right? So it is auto wired and it is created by service IMPL object is created by the container. So instead of creating this is called the Spring dependency injection. So next class we will discuss what is Spring dependency injection and what is IOC. So as of now, whatever the dependency is there, we are adding here, right? Fine. So now save employee method will call here. So automatically the controller come here. So whatever we are passing, right? We are saving the employee response. We can directly save employee repository.save or any database connection.save we can use, but to save the database employee details in the database. So as of now we are this is the first application where we are checking the flow of Spring Boot application, right? So just we are setting all the values here. Again, it is employee response. We added new object and employee response as this is added, and whenever it is coming, right? So by along with this response, right, it is giving the 201 created response, the success response of this event or this request. So that is the reason only we are getting here 201 created response here, right? Post by default it will get, right? So like that we can test our application into the database. So this is what Spring Boot demo application. So I think you people are understanding well, right? Hello.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So this project I will add in my GitHub channel, and I will add GitHub channel as well as my YouTube channel. So I will provide this video to you people in a short manner. So that you will get this video as a reference, and also I will provide this GitHub link in video description. You can take the project from there. Okay.
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 Yeah. Thank you very much. And we will meet next class. Okay.
Thank
See
you.
you. Thank you.
Tomorrow we have a class. Okay. Yeah. Thank
See
you.
you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.